Hi. Today we're going to practice or introduce the figure eight exercise. As you can see, we have two chairs. You can use anything to practice this. So you can use people, you can use chairs, you can use, I don't know, anything. Throw a cup down on the floor so that you have something to walk around. You can see that the two chairs are set up about 8 feet apart. I am standing between the chairs, but back about, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet. The judge is going to be about where you are right now. On the other side of this, kind of like it makes a diamond, right? The judge will be standing there. And again, you can practice this at home, put anything there. The idea of having a chair there is it's a bigger thing and it's taller. So if you've got something you can use that's tall enough to keep you from running it over, kind of helps when we actually get people in this position, okay?
Because ideally, at show, we're going to have people as these posts.
And preferably people that your dog does not insist on being pet by, okay? So we will be very careful of that. And people that your dog is not afraid of, we will be careful with that. At state, it's who you get. So if you happen to go to the state show with us, whoever is that ring steward, that's called, is who you get. So we do like practicing with a lot of different people, and getting your dog to just see whoever's sitting there is just an obstacle in the way. Okay? So let's start that. No. Come here.
So what the judge is going to be doing, and what we'll practice once we can actually get together, is they're going to say specific things, and they're going to set you up. So they're going to say, this is a figure eight exercise. You may go in either direction. Are you ready? Now, they say you can go in either direction, but really you want to go that way, which is going to be to your left. This will be Lanae's left. And the reason that you do that is because it puts your dog on the inside when you first do your 8, right? And that's what you're doing. You're doing a heeling, but in an 8 pattern, okay? And when you put your dog on the inside, it makes sure to get your dog in control before you come back around to this side. So we're going to go ahead and start that. So I'm going to say, this is a figure 8 exercise. You may go in either direction. Are you ready?
And I am going to look down at my dog. And I just noticed that my dog moved. So I'm going to make sure my dog is in a good heeling sit position.
That's not a good sit.
I know. She is crowding me a little bit.
A little bit.
But anyway, make sure she's sitting, look up at the judge, and I'm going to answer either yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Forward.
Maisie, heel. I was a little slow on that. See how I'm controlling her right here?
Halt. Again, we talked about this with the heeling, but when your judge says halt, take a couple of steps, 1, 2, and then you stop. That way you don't yank your dog because they're continuing on and you stop immediately, okay? Forward.
Maisie, heel.
Now see how Maisie went wide on that turn? Okay, now watch this one.
She's crowding me. She doesn't
Halt.
like that one.
Now I'm stopping Lanae in the middle of the figure 8, but the judge can stop you at any point. So we're going to show you that. Forward.
Maisie, heel.
Halt. They can stop you there. Now, what Lanae just did was she gave an extra command. And notice she didn't say anything, but she put her arm up behind her back. Go ahead and show what she did. As an extra command to get her dog to sit. You don't want to do that.
I put my hand behind my back because I reached back and pointed at her butt.
Well, also that.
You do want Maisie, heel. You do want to either hold your leash in one hand and keep the other one natural. It can hang down, but then your dog's gonna do that. And that can be an extra command. So you can hold your hands like this. You can hold your leash in one hand and the other hand free. Whatever you do, if you do the hand behind the back, it stays behind the back.
Amen.
However you start is how you maintain your whole exercise.
Correct.
Okay.
So then your judge is going to ask you to stop at various points in the figure eight. You're going to do a couple little eights like Lene just did. And then your judge is going to ask you to stop, going to ask you to halt, and then they're going to say exercise finished. And that means you take a couple of steps forward, you halt, and you praise your dog. Yeah. And that is the figure eight exercise.
Okay, so remember the praise at the end, that extra couple of steps, the final sit, and then the yay! That indicates to your dog that exercise is over and you're back to just being, good buddies, okay? They behave when you get them in that sit, you do the heel and everything, but once you do the exercise over and the praise, then they know, hey, I'm okay now, I did it, okay? One other thought, leash, not wrapped around the hand, just a reminder, leash, however you do it, wind it up a couple of times, hold it in your hand. The other thing, I do loop it over my thumb, just because she's a big dog and don't do that, don't loop it over your hand, okay? Second thing I really want to point out, Maisie is wonderful, she's a rescue, she is learning. This is literally, that was the very first time she's ever done figure eight, okay? So you saw me pushing her with my knee as we came around that corner because she crowded me. That is how you train and how you start the process. Your goal is to not have to do that, because anytime you knee your dog or push your dog, that is another command. And you're gonna get points taken off eventually. Again, that was your very first time of doing this. So I have to do stuff like that to teach her that I don't want her crowding me during that time, okay? So you want to make that, if that's something that's gonna happen, I'm gonna show you again, ready? Mason, heel. You can stick the leash out and push, pull, come on. There you go, good girl. And then on the pull, on the round, come on. That would be her second or third time of doing that figure eight. So the more you practice it, the more you point out to her what you want, or him, your dog, the more you do that, the more they understand what this process is. So that's why we say practice, practice, practice. And no, you're not going to do that every time. The goal is to stop that.